For centuries it has been one of the most vexing mysteries for mankind. Are we, the 7 billion inhabitants of this wondrous blue planet, really alone? Or is there life somewhere out there in the universe? Yesterday, we came a step closer to answering that tantalizing question with the landmark announcement by NASA scientists of the discovery of a new solar system that has at least 3 Earth-like planets, with climates that just might support life. The kind of planets that a certain ET might have called home. The discovery by an international team using advanced telescopes in space and at far-flung locations around the world has caused a frenzy of excitement among astronomers who, as a breed, are not given to hyperbole. However, it is being described as the holy grail for researchers. The intriguing new planets are comparatively near neighbors too, at just 39 light-years from Earth. Granted, 39 light-years is hardly a short hop, but that relative proximity will enable astronomers with ultra-sophisticated telescopes and scanners to focus on the planets and confirm if there is water and the benign atmosphere needed for life to thrive. Thomas Sorobukin, Associate Administrator of NASA Science Mission Directorate in Washington, D.C., said yesterday, "These questions about are we alone are being answered as we speak in this decade and the next decades." This story gives us a hint that finding a second Earth is not just a matter of if, but when. Scientists have long speculated that life-supporting planets must exist somewhere in the universe, but none has ever yet been confirmed as potentially life-sustaining. Now astronomers say they have detected no less than 7 Earth-sized worlds orbiting a red dwarf star, the equivalent of our Sun, called TRAPPIST-1. The 7 planets are believed to be at least 1 billion years old and, in theory, all could have lakes and oceans, but 3 are too close to the star and, therefore, likely to be too hot to have water, while the furthermost planet is too cold. It is the 3 planets in the middle that are generating the most interest as they lie in what is known as the habitable Goldilocks zone, neither too hot nor too cold for life to thrive. The surface temperatures range from 0 to 100 Celsius, so water won't boil off as vapor. In addition, Planet E is very close in size to Earth and receives about the same level of light from its star. Planet F is potentially water-rich and gets about the same amount of light as Mars. Planet G is the largest. Its radius is about 13% larger than Earth. Measurements of the planet's density suggest the innermost 6 are rocky too, just like Earth. No other known star system contains such a large number of Earth-sized and probably rocky planets, another factor in encouraging life to form. The research, published in the journal Nature, was led by the Star Institute at the University of Liege in Belgium. It used NASA's orbiting Spitzer Space Telescope in addition to ground-based facilities, including the Liverpool Telescope, operated by the Liverpool John Moores University Astrophysics Research Institute. Dr. Chris Copperweed, an astronomer from LJMU who co-led the international team, says the discovery of multiple rocky planets with surface temperatures that allow for liquid water make this amazing system an exciting future target in the search for life. In fact, it was the robotic telescope operated by LJMU that played a major role in the discovery. Located on La Palma in the Canary Islands, it detects planets using the transit method. It monitors dips in the light output of a star, in this case TRAPPIST-1, caused by planets passing or transiting in front of it, and allows astronomers to infer information about size, composition and orbits. TRAPPIST-1 is in the constellation of Aquarius, perhaps appropriately, the water carrier. It is very small for a star. Its mass is less than a tenth of our Sun's and only marginally bigger than Jupiter. It is described as a quiet star, emitting some solar flares but not strong enough to wipe out life. It is because the star is so dim that the planets orbiting it are warmed gently, despite having orbits that are much smaller than that of Mercury, the planet closest to the Sun in our solar system. The 3 most promising planets receive similar amounts of solar energy to Venus, Earth and Mars, and NASA's Hubble Space Telescope is already searching for atmospheres around them. Some scientists are predicting we will know within a decade if any of the planets harbor life, and if there are life forms, they will have had much longer to evolve than we have on Earth thanks to their relatively low temperature. Dwarf stars such as TRAPPIST-1 burn through their supply of hydrogen less rapidly than stars such as the Sun. While the Sun has an estimated lifetime of 10 billion years, dwarf stars may exist for trillions. As well as focusing on the new solar system, the international team of astronomers will go on to search 1,000 of the nearest ultra-cool dwarf stars to Earth in the hope of identifying more Earth-like planets in new solar systems. Indeed, experts at NASA Science Mission Directorate say the project is in the gold rush phase. Dr. Emmanuel Jain, another member of the Liege team, says with the upcoming generation of telescopes, such as the European Extremely Large Telescope and NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, we will soon be able to search for water and perhaps even evidence of life on these these worlds. The announcement yesterday prompts another intriguing and much debated question. If there is intelligent alien life on a planet orbiting TRAPPIST-1, why hasn't it made the effort to get in touch with us or even come visiting? This is especially pertinent if the aliens there have had an evolutionary head start on us lasting billions of years. This is the famous conundrum dubbed the Fermi paradox. Back in the 40s, the renowned Italian physicist Enrico Fermi suggested that, with 100 billion stars in our galaxy, it was logically inevitable that intelligent life should have evolved elsewhere in the universe. What's more, he added, a highly evolved extraterrestrial life form should surely have colonized the galaxy by now. So, Fermi asked, where are all the aliens? The paradox has become ever more baffling as our knowledge of the universe grows, as well as the newly found planets orbiting TRAPPIST-1. Deep space scans performed by NASA have discovered a further 9 potentially life-supporting planets farther away. Some scientists go so far as to speculate that there may be around 60 billion planets capable of supporting life in the Milky Way alone. Yet 40 years of intensive searching for extraterrestrial intelligence has yielded nothing. No radio signals, no credible spacecraft sightings, no close encounters of any kind. Jeffrey Miller, an evolutionary psychologist at the University of New Mexico, has proposed a disturbing answer. Perhaps there is a limit to how sophisticated a species can become. We become smart enough to make nuclear bombs and dumb enough to use them, he says. Or perhaps we just get addicted to social media and computer games. Miller suggests facetiously the aliens may forget to send radio signals or colonize space because they are too busy with runaway consumerism and virtual reality narcissism. Just as we are doing today, he says. With the discovery of TRAPPIST-1's Earth-like planets, we have a chance to find out whether current theories about alien life hold any truth. But lest we expect too much, a word of caution from Astronomer Royal Lord Rees. Even if conditions are close to Earth-like, the mysteries of biology remain. We know how simple life evolved into our present biosphere, but we don't know how the first life was generated from a soup of chemicals. It might have involved a fluke so rare that it happened only once in the entire galaxy, like shuffling a whole pack of cards into a perfect order. On the other hand, this crucial transition might have been almost inevitable given the right environment. Watch this space.